Imagine having a reverse Yelp, where we rate customers on their attitudes, manners, and how well they tip. What review would you leave? Her kids dropped the popcorn, so she asked me for a broom to let them clean it up themselves. I said it wasn't necessary, but she insisted that she wanted to raise them to be conscious of the fact that when they make a mess someone has to clean it up. Nice lady 5. Very polite but also incredibly awkward for some reason. Very friendly, usually gets a root beer to start and a coffee after their meal. Eats out on break from lunch daily, usually wants quick service and minimal interruptions. Sometimes eats with a client. Usually tips well. Made many additional requests throughout the meal during peak dinner hour. Left the table disgustingly messy. Did not tip well. This guest is awesome. Likes to take suggestions, so offer a drink and make sure to have some lesser known dishes memorized. Will talk to you for as long as you let them. I would mostly try to let other waiters know what to expect from tables. The lady who yelled at me on the second day of my first job over the price of milk can have a solid 1 star. Came on opening weekend of one of the biggest movies of the year 5 minutes before the showtime, and then was shocked they'd have to stand in line for their concessions. Then complained to management that they missed their movie. Like what did they think was going to happen? Like we'd have a reserved placed in line for them because of their obvious VIP status as King Doucher Lord of Asland? Came in, ordered, ate their food in silence, left minimal mess and a reasonable tip, then buggered off. My perfect customer. 5 stars. You were the most unreasonable person I have ever met. Every single person, from the ushers who are volunteers to the other patron who offered their seat to you, wanted to help. I wanted to help you. I know when you are unable to transfer out of your wheelchair, it is a frustrating situation. It must be absolutely maddening when the house manager cannot remove the seat in the center of the theater which was bolted to not only the cement floor, but to the rest of the seats in the row, so you can put that wheelchair there. I'm sorry that our other seating were at the front and rear of the theater and not where you purchased your ticket. I'm sorry that when you called our box office, you did not mention your inability to transfer out of your wheelchair. But you did not need to yell and curse in front of everyone waiting to watch Miss Sagan. You did not have to hit me. You are the first and last person I ever issued a refund to, just to get you to stop screaming when you needed to get back to the lobby and were unable to push your wheelchair back up the ramp. I again tried to help you. First, I offered to push you up myself, but you insisted I should not touch the wheelchair. Please note, no one had ever called me a F-word C-word before. Kudos to your creativity. I then offered to find your now absent husband boyfriend. It wouldn't have been hard to find him, for he was at the bar ordering his third whiskey. Lobby had only been open for 20 minutes at that point. But again, you vehemently declined assistance. But I must say, it was rather astounding when you stood up and proceeded to walk the wheelchair back to the box office of your own volition. I say astounding because when your husband boyfriend asked why you were leaving, and you said, because you didn't want to sit in our fucked up seats, I then assumed you had a condition whereupon sitting for long periods of time caused great discomfort. I then asked if there was a way to further accommodate you so that you may see the show. Then your husband called you back an old bat who was just trying to get free tickets. She's not disabled, it's all an act. I bid you both a good night. 1 star. I would have given you 0 stars, but I reserve that for the person who tried to kill me because a queue line wasn't moving fast enough for their liking. TL. Doctor, woman tried to fake needing a wheelchair to get free tickets, which she almost got until her significant other ratted her out. Not the worst experience I've had in nearly 15 years of customer service gigs, but it was close. Drunken fool tried to return half bottle of booze because it tastes off. Watch him get in his car and promptly called police to report drunken driver. Becky and Judy, 5 stars. After 2 glasses of Tempranillo, Judy is going to order a half glass. Ask if she went to physical therapy today for her shoulder. If she did, give her the full glass. Becky will wink at you. A customer walked in the front door of my very closed, curbside only pub today and asked if we had any steak. He had to ignore a giant sign saying, "Please stay outside, we will bring your phone online order out to you." 0 out of 5 stars. I almost had a rage stroke. Edited to add, this is the second time has done it. Nice, pleasant man. Always orders the same sandwich every time, making preparing for him simple despite the complicated sandwich. Tips well, never talks longer it takes to complete his order. Also, the only male regular over 50 that doesn't leer at my underage coworker. 5 stars. She lied about her hair history, wanted white blonde in one session on her virgin dark hair, that the strand test determined was a lie. Said she could do it herself at home, turned hair orange instead. Came back to get a color correction, and after explaining why she couldn't have blonde she said she'd settle for anything but orange, and lighter than the dark. Gets a beautiful chocolate caramel color and cries, because it's not blonde and too expensive, and also leaves no tip. 5 stars, not worth my time. Guy comes in the middle of the festival, no reservation, by car, and blames me because it took him 2 hours to go the entrance of the city to my hotel because there are 200,000 people walking around the streets and police barrages to help the flow of pedestrians. Then he blames me again because he did all of this for nothing because we are full. What did he think would happen? Walking in with no reservation during the city's largest festival. 1 star, would not recommend. Apparently the basic front desk bell is too complicated of a mechanism to operate for this person. Also demanded that I reduce her rate because we ran out of complimentary coffee and she couldn't wait the 2 minutes it would take me to make a new pot. Insulted the housekeepers. 20 stars. Edit. Wow. My first silver. Thank you kind stranger. She walked into the store and complained that outside smelled of gasoline. I told her we would address that issue as soon as an employee became available to do so. Customer is apparently unaware they are pumping gas at a gas station when complaining about the scent of gas. Perhaps she could consider not huffing it while filling her tank. Edit. Holy shnikes, my most upvoted comment ever is about someone sniffing gasoline.